You are listening to another Third Coast Nerds podcast. What is the sound of one nerd fapping?
Nice.
It didn't hit me.
You just not getting it?
No, it didn't. Given the conversation that just happened, it didn't hit me.
Yeah. That is like perfect timing.
How
Yeah.
absurdly
For that intro.
appropriate
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So when does our video start on the YouTubes?
It starts with the
intro music?
the voice. Yeah.
Oh,
So right
so
now.
they're gonna see you praying because you were all like,
Yeah.
I was all because I looked over and I was like, I wonder if that's on the internet, and it is.
It is. I was just glad when it said, "What is the sound of?" And I was like, I'm glad Josh Mills didn't hear that because he would let us know what that sound was.
And
Yes.
what would he say that sound was?
I have no idea. That's a Josh Mills thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not an Edward thing.
But
You should tweet him.
but in response, what sound would you make? That is very.
Yes.
I was expecting. Wait, I haven't gotten all of the video that I want together yet. All the cuts of you before the show going.
But I found your ending.
Yeah, just very happy with the bass in your voice and the microphone, and just testing that out.
Yeah,
Like these headphones.
we about to talk.
Yeah. The time when people start putting the headphones on before the show can get very entertaining because sometimes you'll just see one person and then eyes match across the table like, hey.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put my in-ears in until I started putting them way later.
And you still got bit by the bug.
I plugged back in at the way wrong time
Yeah.
before that show. So
Yeah,
in the words that I'm bad at using now.
I know. I think there's an issue. Whenever you hear robot voice girl, you just lose all ability to say words. Normally.
I wasn't that on board before we got here. Insomnia, why?
Yeah.
It's still kicking.
What's great is when you have insomnia and you forget to set your alarm. Yeah, that's happened twice this week.
wow.
Fall asleep after 2, get frogged by the roommate at 6:30. We got to leave in 30 minutes. Crap.
So other than insomnia and getting punched by roommates, what's happening?
Not a lot. Finishing the work week out so I can play some games this weekend.
Yeah, you're doing a lot though. Got gaming weekends happening every weekend, so it's not just a gaming weekend, it's just the weekend now.
Yeah. Well, last weekend, of course, was Supernatural Con.
I had a gaming weekend.
How was
though.
that?
It was really good.
Yeah.
When we want to go in depth, I have some thoughts.
Go ahead.
Was
I've been waiting a week to hear it.
I know too.
I know it's like every time I got a message, I'm like, short answer.
Yeah, dick.
No, but Roger watched Jack while I was out of town, so he hadn't played Brimstone since the last time he stayed to watch Jack. So we're going to do a game night Friday, and then my company has those free movie ticket all day Saturday, Sunday, and Friday at Alamo. So I just show them my badge, and I can get into the movies. So
Is there anything good?
Is it in
being
Alamo?
released?
the one in Vintage,
There's a special
nice.
event this weekend.
the Hellboy one on Sunday.
There's that one, and there was supposed to be another one.
I think it's Friday night, the other event.
Trying to remember.
But yeah, they're playing Hellboy and Hellboy 2 back to back at Alamo Draft House on
Oh,
Sunday.
wow.
I think it's Serenity. That's what's playing.
No, I didn't see that on the card.
Yeah, I think
look it
that would have been a lot.
Then
But
That's
yeah,
coming in the next 3
me
weeks.
and 2 coworkers are going to go.
Okay.
And one ticket is taken, and we can each bring a guest. So we have 2 guest spots. Odds are Cooties is out.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah,
Cooties is out. I will be
Cooties
watching
and
Cooties.
the new Maze Runner.
You should be wanting to watch Cooties.
Yeah, I do.
Then there's also
That's the one I talked about. What, like 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
with Foster when he was
Yeah.
on.
No,
Impossible.
before Foster.
Oh well, he
Mission
actually
Impossible's on
talked about
forever.
it the week you were off.
Oh,
as
really?
Well. So yeah, we had it
Yeah,
back to back
still
weeks.
out.
Oh, cool.
But then there's also Black Mass, the Johnny Depp one about the drug lord
Yeah,
stuff.
I kind of. That's kind of interesting.
You know, it's weird because it's kind of like Blow 2 almost.
Yeah.
Because he's an old man again. But
Yeah, I'm not really digging his, I know it's like I know it's probably historically accurate and dead on with that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't like that character.
That's the thing. The story, like, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't like Johnny Depp playing that character.
It feels odd to me,
yeah.
but it's one of those roles that Depp's going to do a really good job in, regardless of how the movie goes. So it's like, I get to go for free.
Yeah.
So and then if I stay late enough,
Can't sleep on
if I
free.
stay
man.
late enough, I'll watch the new Mission Impossible. So
Yeah.
I may do 3 movies.
How early are you going?
Probably afternoon.
Go for the breakfast.
I haven't done the breakfast at Alamo.
Neither have I. And you were telling me about it
not
at
Alamo.
Movie Tavern.
Yeah, Movie Tavern, yeah.
And then I heard about it at Alamo, and I was just like, why don't I do that? And then I realized, because I don't wake up before noon on the weekend.
Yeah,
So
that's an issue.
Kind of have to show up at the theater at 9.
yeah, I'd rather just do brunch and then a movie after.
But I'm definitely going to watch Cooties for free, and then probably going to watch Black Mass. And then I may hit up the arcade at some point this weekend too.
I'll be in Austin, so no arcade for me.
Why are you going to be in Austin?
You be in Austin too?
Yeah, it was my dad's birthday the last week, so I'm going to go surprise him.
All right.
That's so messed up.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that because they're coming down here this weekend.
No, they're not.
You talked to them since yesterday? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to do family stuff now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's so messed up. It's like Kyle's going up to Austin. Neil's making movie plans. And it's Dad's birthday.
Not just one movie. It's like I can't come meet you
But
guys
he
for
can-
dinner because I got these movies for like 15 hours. I got movies.
But Neil called him first.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, his
like-
birthday
that's
is 2
first.
days after mine, so...
Okay.
But I still think it's the first time that's happened.
Oh, no. I've called him at like 12:01 before just to do it.
See, that's what I was trying to avoid because I kept looking at the clock and I was like, I need to do that, but I was in the middle of stuff at work because it's been hell.
What did
And
I do?
then-
I was in the car.
I finally got home. I was like, I'm calling him.
I was hanging out with Dave, and on the drive home, I called him.
See, but you had the Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth is amazing.
I don't have the tooth.
The Bluetooth makes things so much easier.
I think it should be called Bluetooth.
Blue teeth.
That's better. That's
Yeah.
what I was actually going with because it's actually called
But
Bluetooth.
Bluetooths sounds better.
well, yeah, given the folks that we worked with back in the day when Bluetooth came out, yeah.
Oh,
And if I'm bored, I'll do Hellboy on Sunday. Who knows?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
so I'm looking for it because I know it's in the next couple of weeks. But Poltergeist is actually playing on the 27th at Alamo. Figured y'all
The
would like
original?
that.
The original or the remake? Okay.
the 1982.
I know. That's all. Almost as old as I
Also
am.
on the 26th, but
If they ever have any screenings, I'm gonna depend on Ed for this. But if they have any screenings of like Nightmare on Elm Street coming up,
They usually do a few different things like that around Halloween. So this month would probably be the month to watch for it.
Yeah.
But they usually do like Thursday
Alamo
nights.
and
which
Movie
doesn't
Tavern
work.
do stuff like that on Thursdays, I think.
Thursday nights doesn't
the
quite
retro.
work for any of
Yeah.
us, unfortunately.
It's the
well, Ed
retro night.
can
we
go.
can reschedule.
Yeah.
DD Sir Ed can go every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could bump to a Thursday.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Go check out some horror movies.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm hoping that the drive-in has some features, but they're kind of.
I like the drive-in. I like the showboat.
The showboat.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Oh,
but
it's
I
awesome, man.
I
I
pass
like
it
it.
every day going to work.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. There it is.
What?
I just dropped the S-bomb.
Oh, you didn't listen to last week.
We're
did you?
pretty well done with that.
We're done with that? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
you fucking hell.
Yeah. It's episode 21. We're well beyond legal now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love Showboat, man. Like, because you show up at like 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
To get a good parking spot, and then you stay there till like 1 o'clock in the morning watching 2 movies.
You've been out that far and you've never been to the Shack,
no,
the burger joint on Cypress Rose Hill.
no.
I hear good
They don't
things.
advertise well, but they
I've heard
have
good things
amazing
from one
hamburgers.
person.
Yes, because I
He's
talk about
very
them all the
militant
time.
about the fact that none of us have gone.
No, it's been on my list for a while because I've had quite a few people that live in that area that I work with that are like, oh no, it's good, and I'm like, cool, I'm not over there.
You know, it's probably closer to work than Little Bitty Burger Barn was.
It is. I'm pretty sure it is actually. Hockley is probably closer.
Yeah, straight down 2920, and you're heading out that direction. There's no traffic.
Yeah, no.
Maybe I'll do that one day on the way home. Make you meet me up there.
Yeah,
If you want to take the long way home,
I've done it before for Ingress.
right? Oh wow!
Like, if I've driven down to 249 till it ended just to grief someone, I can go to a dinner place and on
man.
my way home.
yeah. I put a lot of miles on my truck on the run to 8.
My run to 8 took 11 days.
Yeah, yours was a lot faster.
You beat me by 2 days.
And I chauffeured Kyle on his.
Yeah. Well, the very first day we went down to Walter Hall Park and campfired the
Yeah, that was.
I just remember going all the way across Houston.
Yeah.
Which apparently is all the way across Connecticut. So
Yeah, we
that map now. Yeah.
that was a lot of fun though. People were not happy with this and they showed up in force.
Yeah. Well, you weren't really sold on the game until we did that, and you're like,
I control people in real life.
Yeah, you're
like
like,
things I do
now I
on my
see.
phone make people show up and yell at me.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
however, that was the first time I went out, and the first time cops were like, "Y'all probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
This is Texas. They got guns."
Well, you shouldn't roll through a neighborhood with 6 cars,
Yeah.
bumper to bumper,
Each of
I
them
think they
to
call
capacity.
that 6 deep.
6 deep, and like,
And we're just driving laps around this like 4-block radius.
well, it was like every park, and then like the one they stopped us in was like, it was weird because there was like a church with like parking beside it, and then a road, and then parking between that and another road.
That's a suburb.
And then there was a park across the street, and then a bunch of houses.
Yeah.
So we were making this little. Of course, we all had to stop 40 meters away.
Yeah.
In the slow roll.
The slow roll. Wait. Oh, back up. Okay, cool. Like
And then
everyone
floor it to the next one.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But
It's like,
yeah.
oh, GPS creep, back up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
those were.
There's a
those
few
were
people
fun
I
days.
know that are interested in that new stupid thing they're doing.
Oh, the Pokemon one?
Yeah.
People want to be able to go like fight Pokemon in real life.
Well, apparently you're going to be wearing like a smartwatch.
Well, that's a option.
Well, and I'm saying like you can wear a smartwatch to where like people can attack you. Like you can set it to where you're like walking around a park, someone just walks up and goes, "I choose you," and like just like randomly throw something on the ground digitally, and you start stuff. So it seems.
I hope I get one of those battles on camera
Yeah,
because
best YouTube ever.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot. We should start a channel.
We did. If only. I don't know if I could say his name. Remember Ferris?
Brian Ferris.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah. Well, you have no qualms about mentioning his name.
Oh no, Brian Ferris. Yeah.
If there was only some way to get a score advantage based on how well you can do glow sticks in the game,
yeah.
because that dude would kill everyone, and it would confuse everyone around him.
It would. And after a good 45 minutes of glow sticking,
See, I know him, but I don't know about this glow stick.
He did
I've
it
never
all
seen
the
him.
time.
yeah, he
Not
was
when I
always
was there.
He was always playing with them.
Then you weren't watching.
Yeah.
Because that was 95% of what he did.
The way I was with poker chips when I was at like Time Warner, like just all day long, that's the way he was with those glow sticks. Like he would sit there and just in
The
his
name
hand.
sounds familiar. I just can't picture a face.
You might be able to picture an odor.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
If you can't remember what he looks like, you can probably remember something else.
Yeah.
Is what Neal's trying to say.
I heard people call him Smelly Cat. His friend was popular.
Smelly cat. Smelly cat.
Oh, the days of the call center.
But it is definitely your fault.
So speaking of Pokemon, though, I was at a game, which apparently I need to talk to you about this later. There's a completely separate group that plays board games.
Oh, yeah?
It's very large. And I played Pokemon, the board game.
Sounds like I really don't want to hear more about this.
Yeah,
this other
I
group.
think that's good.
Well, they were playing something very similar to Brimstone. And
What was it called?
Pokemon.
No, that was in a separate
Pokestone.
room. It was in a house where they had like multiple rooms doing different things. But I got stuck doing that, and it was actually pretty interesting. Like,
Who are these
game.
people?
A few friends that I've met in my adventures.
Okay. So there's this
they're apparently-
mysterious
So
group of Pokemon players. Kyle wants to invite
Kyle,
us.
No.
Kyle plays with Pokemon games
For the first
and he
time
doesn't want
ever.
to tell us who they are. So they're obviously 14-year-old girls.
I put that mystery, that vagueness that he just mentioned, and then how bluntly you mentioned the thing that you talked about right before the podcast. And it's a very, very interesting set of bookends.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Well, no one knows them,
Okay.
and they might start listening to the podcast soon. So not going.
So
to.
you don't want to kill a subscription before it happens?
Exactly.
It's more like you don't want to give a free endorsement if there's no backsies.
Exactly. That works too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good people.
Yeah.
But it's
Just
small.
like, he goes to the
Do
next,
we have to hear you rant on about you not telling us anything about these people anymore?
Yeah. He just shows up at the next game night and he's like, quid pro quo.
No, it was a friend of Tony invited me, so it's kind of someone that.
We got the first name, guys.
Well, everyone knows Tony.
We got the
I've
first
known
name.
him for 22 years of my life, but it's his group of friends. So I'm trying to be nice for now.
For now.
Yeah.
Because they might be heathens, and 2 weeks from now, you might hate them.
How many people had long beards at the table you were playing Pokemon at?
None.
Okay. That's
How
a
many
good
discussions
sign.
about beard oil?
None.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
No, these like I said, these are
Mustache
these are definitely
throwing?
good people.
Mustache wax?
I just one I can't remember the name of the group because there's a
How many keychains could that mustache support?
and I actually don't remember any of their names.
It's a load-bearing stash.
I'm bad with names. Y'all know this.
But this mustache is open for rides.
Oh. And he's back.
All right.
Man, we went on this whole tangent. Now I can't remember what I was going to say.
Smelly stash. Smelly stash.
No, we're not talking about stash.
So, Supernatural Con.
Yeah. Back,
Thank you.
back to the thing that you
That's
did.
what I was going to remember. The con this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, the Comic Palooza one?
Yeah, the Fan Fest.
The Fan Expo.
Fan Expo? Is that it?
Yeah,
They
Carlton's
stole
gonna be
that
there.
straight from Dallas Con.
Yeah, that's
Well, what else? What synonyms do you really have for expo that really translate what it's going to be?
I'm expecting.
Why are you
something.
pointing beer at
Because
me?
I'm expecting something awesome after this.
Extravaganza.
That's too many words, and if you shorten it, it's a fan egg. You really don't want fan eggs. Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I thought it was Fest, right? Fan Fest.
Fan Fest, yeah.
Yeah.
Fanfare doesn't quite work because it's not the Renaissance. And then you kind of get Fest Fair.
That's fair.
I don't know. We'll let them have Expo for now, even though Expo is not a word.
Well, I don't think it's
There's
really an
like-
expo yet. There's not enough there to really.
All right? like
It's more of like
Fan affectation.
fans come here for a little bit to see a couple.
like spend money now so we can write it down in our books for 2015 to show up at our 2016 con. That's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you put that into four
That's gonna
letters.
be kind of
but that's what it is.
like a
I don't know how you
huge
get more
deficit,
people
though.
to show up for the good show by putting on a bad show.
It's
you know, I read
reverse
something this
advertising.
week that someone put on a good show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the chick from like Star Trek Voyager that got arrested.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't hear about that.
No,
What
yeah.
happened?
Really?
What happened here?
Apparently, she got in an argument with a neighbor, and the neighbor, like the kid, and for some reason, she thought if she exposed herself to the child, that she would win the argument.
Checkmate.
Right? So the cops show up at her house, and she's sitting on the couch naked, telling them to leave. It's okay. I'm home now. And like
Wait, which chick is this? Which the?
I think
captain?
he's pulling it up right now for you. No, it wasn't Janeway.
Okay,
It's,
I was gonna say that's little.
It's the wasn't she? Didn't she have like some symbiote
she was the
thing?
Vulcan.
What does she look like?
She was
now?
actually kind of cute.
Yeah, wasn't she Vulcan? Isn't it the Vulcan?
I don't know. That little boy hairdo was covering up her ears.
So who?
Kind of how the Vulcans.
How old was the neighbor?
It was a child.
Young enough.
Like young
That's
enough,
all you gotta know.
So I was just wondering,
young
like,
enough
it was
to
like
have
a
to register
teenager?
and let your neighbors know you moved in.
See, like I just thought it'd be like
Wow.
a 16 or 17-year-old that like won twice.
Right?
Well, it's not winning right now.
Yeah.
Looking at
Sorry.
that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because
No, never mind.
Shit done.
Lose.
the shit done fell off, y'all.
Yeah.
So
Go browse the IMDb's and you'll see what we're talking
It's
about.
like she hit the bottle a little too hard after the series ended.
yeah.
Or the bottle hit her.
remember me? I was famous for a bit. Here's my naked stuff.
yeah. So
that-
and then of course Manu Bennett's in the news for assaulting some dude in
I'm
San
just
Antonio.
after meeting him, I'm
And-
assuming the guy deserved it.
He was very, very cool and like just
Nice.
chill when we talked to him.
Yeah.
Like I had a good like 2-minute conversation about not being able to recognize who he was except for the way he walked as the pale orc. You know, like I was like, "There's nothing else.
I
You
got
make
I
noise.
was like,
you make
you talked to the dude who
anything."
got flashed? I was like,
Yeah, newsflash.
like that fast. He had a booth at the con to talk about his experience.
It was
Like,
a Star
damn.
Trek panel,
That would be awesome.
You know,
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be awesome, actually.
right?
Be at a Star Trek panel, and
We should actually try to get a panel together of people that have been wronged by Star Trek members and cast members, and just have them host a panel.
Wow,
like the hate that would come from that panel.
Oh,
that line would be pretty long.
I know.
I know why Mano just had to hit someone.
Why?
He drove to the con himself.
San Antonio, that's not bad. We were there.
Yeah. Remember you had to 6 highways to get 1 block down to buy
When your city's
potatoes?
1/100th of the normal city size, and you have 37 freeways running through it, it can get confusing.
It can get very frustrating. So I'm betting he drove to the con. It took him like 6 times longer because it put him in a loop that didn't have a turnaround for 9 miles.
But the quote, I just saw this online flipping through different things. But speaking of all the people who have been wronged by, say, like William Shatner, Olivia Munn had the quote, and she met him, I guess, from G4 TV.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, she just goes, or he tells her, he's like, or tells someone there, he's like, if she were an escort, she'd be an expensive one.
Nice.
I mean, hey, he's recognizing.
That's a compliment.
Olivia. That is a compliment.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, that's Shatner. That's Shatner.
I would kind of expect that from him. He's pretty much just in character on Boston Legal.
Yeah, because I mean, you would think Shatner probably knows the going rates and the various scales of escorts pretty well.
Now, by scale, do you mean their weights?
No, the scale of cost.
Yeah, associated with looks to cost.
Yeah,
Supply and demand plays a factor as well.
So what you're saying is he can have a booth at a con that's like, stand here and I'll tell you how much you're worth?
Shatner as a carnival attraction. That'd be great.
Stand there and he's just like, about 10 an hour. And
Yeah, like
that's giving you something.
Guess your escort value.
There you
Like,
go.
honey, you'd make more money if you charge by the pound.
And it's just him. That's just him. Everyone gives a price, and he's like, "Nope, next."
But that reminds me of at the con, actually, one of the cool things they did was every banner they had everywhere, they had people sign and had an auction for them on site before it ended.
Oh, cool.
So that was kind of cool. There was a lot of
just
like
throw it away.
Well, and they brought a lot of stuff from other cons too. So like someone, if I had the money, I'd have got it. They went away with a Leonard Nimoy autograph and like 5 or 6 other things for like $140.
Why didn't you call me?
Wow.
I would have
Wired me the money.
Union to that shit.
Quick pay.
I'd have been like, how many things? I get the Leonard Nimoy.
Right.
And I don't care about the rest.
But yeah, so
Being the kind of jerk I am, though, if I were a celebrity, I would just sign everything. I would sign tables. I would just walk to the bathroom, sign a stall door.
There was a lot, and it was kind of funny because I paid a handsome amount of money to go to this thing, but that included an assigned seat, 8 autographs, and a few other events. But you could go for the normal weekend price and spend $275 and have a 7-foot banner that has the faces of 15 cast members and all of it signed.
That's cheaper than getting their stuff individual.
Yes, it is.
So that's
and the
what I'm
thing
doing.
about it is, towards the end of it, they were breaking down banners. Like they had a bunch of them of the brothers, and they were selling the banners. And we're giving you 2 free autograph tickets, 1 for each, so that you can get it signed. And they were going for under $200. Some were going for up to 6, but if you got the right one, and then they gave you front of the line if you bought a banner. So you already have your other thing to get signed. So you get front of the line, something huge, signed by both, and you're out of there in like 10 minutes.
Wow, nice.
So I found some exploits that we can use, but
Cheat codes.
Some life hacks
So
here.
for the general admission, because now I kind of want to do that just because you know the hacks. But what do they do when you're waiting for the waiter to bring the celebrities to your table?
well, that's the thing. You're not a table. You're
You know
the waiter.
you're right.
Nerd garçon.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know,
Okay.
which is everyone here but me, on how this goes, you get an assigned seat. I was F39.
No, I knew that part.
You get in, no one can be in your seat, kind of thing. I saw a few people swapping around. You can kind of tell where no people are, but like Friday, it was emptier, obviously, than Saturday and Sunday. But we showed up Friday, got there about noon. The first Q&A, Abaddon was on, and man, she's got some legs on her. You can't tell in a lot of the stuff she have her wearing on that show, but like, dude, she's like 80% leg.
Yeah.
She's wearing these little like green shorts, and I was like, dude, I thought there was more above the waist to her. But yeah, she looked significantly different, not all redded up and as a demon. So it was interesting to see that.
Before you go on with the guest, so you're sitting on row F, right?
Yeah.
Because you have, and I've seen, because I looked at the price and I was like, nope. But they like, it looks like the majority of like the area was all reserved. So where's general admission? Is there like a balcony, or is it standing room? Or
It's about the size of like 2 or 3 gyms deep. So they went from row A to like T were gold members. Then U to whatever. Yeah, I had to STU in my head to get it right. Were silver members. Then they had copper members. Then they had back of the house seats for the general admission.
Okay.
So I think it went up to like, I mean, all the way to Z at least.
So if it's, so trying to put it to where I can picture it, because I'm planning next year now. If we go George R. Brown, because most of all 7 of our listeners have been there, how many of the doors? 3?
How many of the doors?
Yeah.
Well, the doors changed this year.
And they'll most likely change next year.
How many of the sections? 2 sections?
Yeah.
How many of the halls?
But not as wide.
Not as wide.
There were only 65 seats per row.
Okay.
So it was done in 4 sections. Actually, yeah, like 4 sections. I was pretty much at the end of the 3rd section. I was like 4 seats from the end, and then there was a smaller section. So the 2 middle sections were significantly larger than the end caps, basically.
All right, I got my visual. Continue.
But I mean, and it may change for there, but it's going to be something very similar.
Yeah, I'm wondering if because they have so many VIPs.
Yeah, the thing with
like,
your other
how
thing is your
much
seat
room is
doesn't
there?
matter. It's ticket numbers at that point. So you're going to be able to get any, you can just, walk up to a seat in the back. Those people usually came and gone. But the thing after, they do your autographs, which is one of the things I liked about it, but one of the things I didn't like. So I'll go into that a little bit in a minute. But
Hold on, I'm like doing the math. Okay, so you said how many?
65.
65. So roughly, I'll round around. That's 60, and in 20 rows. That's 1,200 gold members.
20, yeah. I would imagine the
They
numbers
have first
probably.
option for next year too.
Well, I understand that,
So
but
you have some-
that's still a lot of money they pulled in.
Well, and that's one of my issues.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, 26 rows, if not more. They could have started numbers in. I don't know. I didn't go that far
Yeah,
back.
no, I understand. But I'm just saying for gold, that's 1,200 members. Wow.
And that's and it was packed. It
Yeah.
was completely packed.
So did you see people like not be able to get into one of the panels?
There was always room in the back.
Okay. So they made sure that if you had a ticket, you'd be able to see.
Well, see, they force you to walk in towards the back, because when you walk in, there's probably 35 to 40 rows to the right of the door.
Okay.
And there were no letters on the row in front of me. So it was already at least 26 deep.
Yeah.
And there's like the main section of VIP, and then there's a walkway. And I think there's another main section that size that was for silver and copper. And then there was another big walkway. And then I think that after that, which is where the door you came in at,
Right.
was where the plebs sat.
Okay.
And then at night, the very back of the room had a bar in it because they did karaoke things and all sorts of stuff like that. But everything was in this room. So, yeah, there was no second room for anything but the vendor area.
Okay.
And there was one hallway that went back to where the photo ops were, and there were like 5 or 6 vendors in that hallway. So the scope of this thing is slightly larger than MagCon.
I didn't go to MagCon.
Neither one of you went to MagCon.
What about the?
It was basically a high school is where it was at. And
So kind of like the Hilton Space City.
it was bigger than that.
Okay.
But realistically, it was probably about the same size, but it was not as segmented.
It was organized
That
correctly.
room that the vendors were in there
Right.
would have been probably 17 to 20% of the main room.
Okay.
So it was pretty, it was
Yeah.
pretty good size. And it was, I would say, it was about almost football field size.
So
Okay.
if they sell enough general admission to where people can't fit, do they just quit? They say sold out, or
Yeah, it'd be sold out.
Ah, so even general can sell.
Yeah. But it was cool because we show up and Abaddon's on, then we go out and smoke when she's done, and then 20 minutes later, young John Winchester's up there with another guy, and the master ceremony obviously was an ex-cast member. Then you had God. He actually played the lead singer in the band.
Misha?
No. God, Chuck.
Oh, Chuck. Okay. Oh, Chuck.
Chuck.
He's in a band?
Yes. He is the lead singer of a band that tours with Creation at every Supernatural con.
Okay.
And then
Someone found their niche.
the Trickster
Yeah, right.
was the master of ceremonies.
Okay.
So those two basically were always on stage.
Yeah.
And those are the two of the main autographs I didn't get because they weren't a part of the gold package. And I like both those characters a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm getting those in Houston. And then I'm going to get Bobby in Houston because when Bobby comes to Houston in next year, it'll be his first con he's gone to.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so you're going to the one in Houston
one in
in
Houston.
January?
Yeah.
Are you going gold?
I doubt it. Unless I can talk them into giving me different autographs than I got last time, which is another thing I'll comment on later. If they're allowing
So many
you,
secrets.
Yeah.
Well, he's staging
if they're
it.
allowing
He's staging
you,
it.
Right.
well, no, I'm actually very seriously considering putting an email together and offering consulting services to them to make their con significantly better.
That's how all of this started.
But they're so close. Like what they're doing is on the right track, I feel. So yeah, we did the events, and then they broke down and we're like, okay, you have autographs tonight. So they were done with the Q&As around 6, and you stay in your seat, and they have on the left and right of the stage, you have the people that are doing autographs. So the first night, there were 4 of them, 2 on either side. Your badge had 8 numbers on it. They crossed it off as you went through. But the way you lined up for it was on the side walls. They would say gold row A. On this side, you would go through, get your autograph, and then go line up on the opposite side for the other group of 2. Well, 60 wide.
Yeah.
I'm 6 deep. I'm 400th in line.
Yeah.
Luckily, they were lining up on my side, and there wasn't hardly anyone between me and there.
Right.
So, we were at the front of row F when you got through the line, but that started at 6:15. They were running a little late. We didn't get out of there till almost 9 just to get autographs. So I'm sitting there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a seat for half of that time because I'm not having to get in line, but that's where the bottleneck for me was. And I don't know if it's because they do so many of these and they have to work with the Stars' schedules a little more because of, they do 26 a year.
Yeah.
Every other weekend, Supernatural cons are going on essentially somewhere in the United States.
Need a tablet with some digital comic books and you'll be good.
Well, that's what one of my suggestions for that would be. Like day 1, you had 4 people that were going to, get your autograph. You get your autograph from. Have each of them do a little 2-minute recording, saying one of the questions I get a lot is, "What's my favorite episode of Supernatural? This is my favorite episode and why. Now enjoy the episode while you wait."
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
45 minutes done. If you really wanted to, you get those guys that, are there every time. You get the master of ceremony and the guy in the band. The band name is Loudon Swain. It's okay.
Yeah.
Their covers were fun.
Okay, cool.
But, so get those 2 guys to actually almost do like a Mystery Science Theater type thing. Or you got all this recorded from previous cons. We've never, who wasn't there this time? Little Asian kid.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
I can't remember his name.
I can't.
I think it's like Orson is his real name, but he's dead now. So
Only in the show.
yeah. But like he wasn't there. He had to
Right.
drop due to scheduling conflicts. Well, if he had a Q&A at a previous one, you've got time to put it up there. Different Q&A questions, stuff like that to keep people in their seat. Like, yeah, it was kind of cool. You talk to people,
Right.
But when you're like when you're 10%, when your gender represents 10% of the people at the con, and most of the people at the con are half your age, because there were a lot of teenage girls here.
See, optimistic, and then you take it away.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like, I'm not going to walk up to a group of like 16 high schoolers and be like, "Yo, what's up? Do you like Dean?"
Team Dean?
Team Dean or Team Sam? So, that was kind of, it was, for me, I smoked. I went outside and hung out with people that I knew were old enough to smoke.
Yeah. You're like, you guys are at least 18.
Plus, it was in Plano, right off the freeway for the most part. I could get to Chili's in 5 minutes. The first day we sat there not understanding what was going to happen, so we sat there the whole time. The next day, we realized, okay, they're starting 30 minutes late because Crowley didn't show up on time or whatever.
Right.
So since it's going to start at 6, I didn't get up there till 7:15 last time. I got an hour to go do whatever I want and then come back. So being able to understand how it worked, maybe some communication up front saying, hey, you're going to be waiting for a long time, because they do gold, silver, copper, and then they sell tickets, which general admission would have to buy a ticket for an autograph. And then the tickets go in order. So they're like 1 through 50 line up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so then
I would be.
So you can understand, like, people are there till 10 o'clock at night just in lines getting autographs. So general people leave, come back at 9 or something.
Right.
So they go get dinner and you don't.
Yeah. And then basically at the back of the room,
snacks.
they would do photo ops.
Okay.
But those photo ops they were doing were between like 1 and 3. So there's nothing on the main stage for that 2 hours in the middle of the day. Again, you have an opportunity to show some of your old content or something like that.
I mean, really, episode. Who's going to be upset about that?
Exactly, and
Like-
you have 8 or 10 people there represented.
Can't you just
have
put
each of them
TNT
do
on?
one, and you can watch all 10 episodes? Like, you watch half a season with minimal commentary, or screw it, have the master of ceremony guy come out and sit on stage talking about the episode that's on that he was in. Something just to do a little more, but. Overall, I was very happy.
Was
with
it was it kind of like dead airish? I mean,
there was nothing on stage. It was done.
It was
like,
okay.
And then after at the end of the pictures, they did the auction I was telling you about with the banners and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was really cool. A lot of memorabilia, things like that. So
that was done before the autographs were done and over with, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, the auction took place before the main autograph started for the night. So if you bought a banner that was supposed, a lot of them, you'll see them when they're done with their Q&A, they'd run to the sides and sign all the banners that are around stage so they wouldn't have to deal with it later. But the ones that didn't usually were the big stars because they just got their last day. And those are the ones you're in line for. So you got to cut.
Crowley?
No, Crowley was there. I think he even showed up Friday night.
Oh, wow. So mainly Sam and Dean?
Yeah, they were Sunday only guests.
Really?
And then there were a couple Friday, Saturday only guests.
Wait, was Misha there?
Yes,
Okay.
Misha was there.
Okay.
The big four were there.
Okay.
And the fifth person in my mind is Bobby. He was not there. And then it's weird because the kid's last name is Tran, I think. The Asian kid, and I always want to do Bobby Tran, but
Mad TV.
yeah, but I know that's not right. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's noisy.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
But then you had Abaddon and Rowena, which Crowley's mom. Well, not Crowley, Fergus's mom.
Okay.
He was probably the most entertaining Q&A, and I went to 2 of his because they played him 2 days. He basically just dared you to ask him a question he would answer. If you asked, like, so what was it like with Rowena as your mom? And he's like, I play Crowley. I don't play Fergus. Rowena's not my mom. Next. So, like, if you didn't have your facts down, and of course, it's a bunch of, like, 12-year-old girls that are one asking. He's like, nope, next. It was like an hour of sheer, I love you.
Did you get to record any of this?
No, they were very strict about no videos.
What about pictures?
I got a lot of pictures. So I have some on the tablet here that I can show you, and then I got another whole stick full of them.
So are they going to be on the Facebooks?
I'll probably put some there and then on the website.
Just destroying the minds of youth.
It was great.
You were 3 when the show started. Sit down.
Well, and that was the great part about it is, like, he seriously, if you did not have your facts right, he would tell you why you're wrong and tell you wasted the time that you had to ask him a question.
That's
if you were like, oh, can I get a hug? He's like, no, I'm standing in the back of the room right now. Next. Because like he's not a very tall guy.
Yeah,
most actors aren't.
Yeah, they're all midgets.
They had the 2 lines, the same lines you lined up for autographs is where people would stay for the Q&A, and they'd go back and forth. So when like Ruth, who plays Rowena, was up there, she was definitely hungover from the night before. The shaky legs, just all the stuff that we all know about.
I synced it.
Yeah, so like she's walking from one side of the stage to get like personal with them and answer their question, and then telling the other one to start, and she walks all the way the width of the room to the other side. So while she's hungover for an hour of her night, she's walking back and forth, and she brought a bunch of like toiletries from the hotel and left them on stage, and she was giving them away for people who ask good questions. So then she's gonna like slowly go up the stairs. And then they give her a bar stool to sit on, and that's where she has everything sitting. And she's not very tall either, but like they bring her a chair out and set it next to the bar stool, so she sits there for a minute. And someone asks a good question, and she just kind of like looks over at the stool with all the stuff on it. you want an Altoid? But it was great. Like, I had a couple of questions probably for her, but like it was all girls. So anytime there was a female on stage answering questions, the lines were all the way to the back. There was like no need. And of course, like Crowley, he'd make fun of everyone. It was a lot of fun with him up there. But I guarantee you there were some tweets going on about how people did not like him.
Really?
I guarantee you, because like I'm fairly certain 2 girls cried.
So we need to be looking for like hashtag Crowley's an ass.
Right. But he would walk around the whole time, so you couldn't get a good picture of him because he wouldn't stop moving. And the only people that could would be on the aisles. And if you tried to get a picture with him, he would like dodge it. Like if you tried to like put yourself coming,
Yeah,
like
kind of get a little selfie.
because they said no selfie sticks. But if you tried, like he would dodge back and forth. And then like if he stood in one place long enough and someone didn't get the picture, he's like, "You're an idiot. I gave you 15 seconds," and just turn around and walk the other way.
Wow. Considering how accommodating just about everyone that's been a guest at all the concerts we've been to have been, that seems really strange that he would behave that way.
That's who his character is.
Yeah. There's been a few at the cons that
He's
are not
the king of hell.
accommodating, though.
You know, it's a persona that he carries.
Yeah, but you in real life now, son, and you know these people are the reason why you get paid.
Dude, that's the thing. Like he says he loves it, which
Well, yeah.
But he was, you know, if you asked a good question that wasn't something that was already asked 5 times, or
Would he give
what's
you a
your
tiny
favorite part
shampoo
about
from
being the devil? It's like, you know, he felt that. You know, just like oh.
But then again, he wasn't giving out tiny shampoos from the hotel.
No, but what the weird thing is, like he's 51 years old. I had to look up Ruth, who played Rowena, his mom, or his human side's mom. She's 36 years old. In the show, they make her look significantly older. But you know, timeline's the way it works out. And when did he die and become a demon? When did she's a witch? All you don't know all that. But like, it was really kind of weird. Like the whole thing. Like, I guarantee you, that's one of the things like people aren't thinking too much about is his mom's 16 years younger than him on the show. But yeah, she looked really like surprisingly different without all the witch makeup on. It was she's got the face for it with the cheekbones and kind of the jaw.
Season behind, you're making me want to like watch it all.
Yeah, you should have. I watched it all last week.
I need it on Plex.
But yeah, vendors, they could have done more vendors. But overall, like, it was a good experience. It's just the way we see where the shortcomings are, and I can fix that. That. So
I'm picturing something a lot like The Price is Right.
Similar, yeah.
with various games. Because the little mountain climber. Yeah, that whole thing. Plinko.
Yeah.
Because Plinko will be legit.
And that's the thing. Like, if you just something right then, even if you have just cheap things to give away.
I would definitely host A Price is Right the entire con weekend with just audience members and everything involving properties. I would do this. I've never watched an episode. I would do the Supernatural Con just to be the host. I would catch up on all of the seasons, however many there have been, just to host that.
11.
I'd do that.
23 episodes each, like real men.
I'll write the letter. You start watching.
Yeah, if I can host the Price of Supernatural, then yeah, I would definitely watch that.
Well, it was great because I parked in the back and you came up, and right before you walked in, there was a black Impala sitting there.
Nice.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Well, this Impala wasn't locked.
Oh, no?
And this Impala had
You're
like...
still an Impala?
And here's the story about how Neal got in the car.
And there's like, you can tell it's used. There's like, you know, like wet and wipes and like a little like vitamin bottle and just like stuff that's like, this isn't just you put this in the car for one day, right. You know? So we're there the first day, and me and Kristen go out to take some pictures of it and pose by it and all that kind of stuff. And we're waiting and to get some better angles because it's with the freaking doorway. It's 10 feet away. There's always someone in the way.
Right.
And like this group of 3 people, like one chick just gets all over the hood and just starts shaking herself on top of this car. And I was like, all right, that's kind of disrespectful. And then like she just bounces inside the car and gets pictures of her like she's driving the car. Well, right about that time, this like big bird looking woman with silver hair comes out and starts complaining about this car being here illegally parked. obviously not a fan of the show. It doesn't realize that like
has
this
no
is pretty
idea
much
what's
a
going
cast
on.
member. There's been an episode written about this car only before, and like 40 people had them to get signed. And she's like, and I'm laughing at her just because I'm like, the stupidity in you coming out and saying, hey, move this car. Does anyone know whose car this is? It needs to move. It being a part of the con, pretty much. But no, it wasn't. It was some random person's car.
Oh, okay.
Come to find out, like some random like woman who dressed up like Dean wearing like flannel. I'm walking to the car at like 6 o'clock, and I just see her walk out, get in, back it down the curb, and take it off. Like,
Nice. She said,
so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna park right there.
I got parking.
I'd have told her, like,
I did. I was
are
like,
you aware your car created a tear down this wall moment?
well, I told the lady that came out, I was like, have you ever seen the show? And she's like, no. I was like, well, next time you should do a little research. That's one of the cast members. and everyone around me are straight faced, like, yeah, it is. 'cause you're at that con, and she's looking at me like you're an idiot. She's like, is this your car? I was like, I wish it was my car. I want that car. And the 20 people outside are like, yeah, me too. And at that point, I think it finally sunk into her that there's a little more to this car than it being illegally parked. And like Sunday, like she like brought up the car in front of everyone, asking a question. Yes, whoever's Impala that is parked on the back, it's about to rain. You might want to roll your windows up. So yeah, like didn't figure it out by the end of the con. So that was pretty. pretty funny.
So that person parked there multiple days.
Yes.
Just
All 3
like-
days it was there, and like I left pretty late each day. The last day it was gone. When I left at 8. So they were running behind. Everyone got there like 30 minutes late on Sunday, so I didn't even start autographs till 7:30, and then. Jared was there and ran through his, and they were doing pretty much like Stan Lee on the 2 main stars.
yeah, face down, head down.
It was head down, but if you have that one thing to say, they'll stop and talk to you.
Right.
And of course, Kristen's got dimples and Jared's got dimples, so they had like a minute or two about that, and they really liked the art that I brought in.
Nice.
Because of course he goes to sign it, and he signs it over his quote at the bottom. It's like, I lost my shoes. And like at first they don't look at what they're signing; they just sign it and go. And when he reads it as he's signing, he and then like he says it, and then he like looks up at the rest of it, and he's like, where'd you get this? And I was like, just type in Cho Supernatural on Etsy. I don't remember the kid's first name, but his last name was Cho. So like he writes it down on a little thing because apparently he liked it. And then when I went over to the other side,
Should have told him you'd sign it.
right?
You order one, let me know. I'll sign it for
Well,
you.
they were so offset that you got back in your seat and waited for the next line. That's how far Jensen Ackles was behind. So they were basically, I think, they were on B when I sat back down. So C, D, and E were in front of me, and it was on the opposite wall, so I knew I'd be last.
right.
And they got to the row in front of me, and I looked over and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So like we get up and walk to the back, and Kristen's like, actually, I do have to go to the bathroom. Hold this for me, and gives me what she's gonna get signed. And then like where they were lining up before the door, fire escapes, making sure that you're good there. Safety first. They're like, all right, we'll go ahead and start with row F. And I had like just walked by. I was like 10 feet away, and I just tra-la-la, turn around and walk straight over to her. And she's like, uh-huh. And then like a girl was sitting right by it and just jumped in line right behind me. And then you see everyone try to start coming around. So like I saved myself at least 45 minutes to get out of there. I was like, I got a 3.5 hour drive home.
Yeah.
Did they look at you funny when Kristen walked up to you?
No, they actually wouldn't let her up front because like we had moved up, and they're like, no, it's back there. And I was like, actually, that little blonde I told you was with me. That's the little blonde.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because at first she's like, no, he has my paper to sign. Like, okay, well you can go get it, then get in the back of line. I was like, no, I'm not waiting for that. I just cheated so I can go home early. But yeah, even Jensen, when he saw it, same thing. He's signing over it, and it makes him kind of lean back and actually read it. Where all the other ones, he's just go, go, go.
What did his say?
His, I don't know what his main one was actually. His had all his good quotes on it. I should have brought it. I was going to. I sent you pictures.
That's the point. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Where?
To one of our chat rooms when I was ordering
You
everything.
need to send them to me. Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted
the
to see
profiles
pictures
with the
signed.
quotes. Oh yeah, I got the frames, so I'm gonna frame them up and hang them up. I'll take pictures. So, But yeah, I got the 4 individuals and then the 4 on the main one. So, but I mean, yeah, they did a karaoke night, which I skipped out on. Actually, I stayed for all the stars to do karaoke, which Crowley, Mark Shepard, actually is a drummer.
Okay.
So they had 2 drum sets set up at all times. That was fun. It's like these sir. So like he would just come out and start jamming on songs and stuff. So I got some pictures of him on the drum set. And then a lot of them came out and sang and just did just normal stuff. And you could kind of tell when they were going to go to the fan karaoke. Peace. I don't want to see like 50 or 100 16-year-old Sam and Dean girls wearing flannel shirts singing karaoke.
Yeah, they're all playing Wrecking Ball.
Yeah. No, I'm guarantee you like at least 50 people played like Carry On My Wayward Son.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed. Like
you would think the guy'd be like, no, we're not playing that one anymore.
Right?
Like,
it's like we have 4 songs you can choose from. We have Baby Got Back. But yeah, overall it was a lot of fun. I wanted to Houston to get the other autographs, and that was my last point, I guess, about it, is the packages. You get 8 autographs, so you got the 2 main stars, the 2 next main stars, and then 4. We were supposed to get the Asian kid. Why don't I get his name?
Osric is his
Yeah, why can't I remember his character's name? Because he's dead now, that's why. But
he don't matter, he did.
he's dead now. But they had Rowena instead, and I was actually really glad that she was added to it because she was a lot of fun. Like, she's Scottish, very, very polite, and just it was a lot of fun to watch.
Kevin Tran.
Kevin.
And actually, based off of episode count, he is number 6.
Oh yeah, who's 5?
Crowley.
Who's 4?
Bobby.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's probably going to change now.
And then 3 is Castiel.
Oh, that was the best part about it. Every time anyone asked Mark Shepard about his involvement in the next season, he's like, I'm dead. Stop talking about it.
Who's that?
Crowley. Yeah, you really should have watched it.
Thanks.
Oh, man. Spoiler.
Well, the main people came out and said a lot of stuff about it already.
Yeah.
So, like, it had been brought up at the con by the people that know that's what happened. But, yeah, really should have known better, Kyle.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't remember. Like I said, I've seen like season 1 like 4 times, and I think I've made it all the way through 8, probably.
Leviathans?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but the thing is like I want to continue where I left off, but it's been so long since I've seen it, so I want to start all the way at the beginning.
This is what
again.
you do.
Do you have TNT?
Exactly. Don't go to work for a week or work from home. And there's episodes on
man,
every
I just
day
put
from
it on
8
Netflix.
to noon.
It's still on.
No, that way you can get a couple hours of work done. You don't get in trouble afterwards.
I believe it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on.
It's on a lot of Plex
It's on
servers.
Netflix too.
No, not
No?
the new one. No,
Well,
everyone
not the
watches
new
it.
season.
I have the new season. I can add it. I need to log into my gateway and reset my port.
Right now I'm
forwarding.
watching Vikings, but
Yeah.
I would have
I just finished Vikings last
Really?
night.
Y'all are you two and one other person I know are all on Vikings or just finished it now.
Yeah. I'm starting
stopped-
season
I
3
didn't watch
tonight.
like the last 5 episodes for
Yeah.
whatever reason, so I caught up and I watched the last episode.
No, apparently
I gotta say,
I watched.
awesome.
Don't tell me. Apparently, I watched season 1 twice, so I just finished season 2.
So you're on season 11?
I'm starting 3 tonight.
Season 2, they recycled a lot.
But my main thing, like the gold, you mentioned I'll get my seat back if I go back and all that.
But
It's same set of autographs.
how much they go on eBay?
Well, I mean, I doubt they sell for any more.
Can it pay for your
No,
gold?
because you can still get more gold. You just sit closer to the back. But why not, instead of getting 2 autographs, be able to substitute for photo ops? And however you do the math.
Yeah.
I know it would be, the logistics would be a little more difficult because of the way they mark the badges and all that. But you could have a total number of all the options available, and after X many crosses out, you're done.
Well, no, they do it as simple as like a Kickstarter campaign. Is you go in and you fill out your preferences, and it tells you if there's
Well,
any
I'm talking about
overages.
the logistics of inside of like tracking, unless you
right.
did like printed
Well,
tickets or something like
that's
that
the
for
thing.
every single thing.
You have them print the tickets, right?
See, on
before they
this, we
come.
had no papers. We walked up with our badge, and they marked our badge itself.
Create
So-
an app.
Or just put barcodes on all the badges and create a scanning system.
Yeah, that would work too.
Then you can track it all digitally, and it's much easier to process.
But yeah, that's why I said I had some recommendations for them. But I would totally do gold again if it wasn't the same. Like, you would think some of the autographs are going to change, but your main 4 are going to be the same.
Right.
And the value of those main 4 is $350. So why do that again? Unless I have something, I want them all to sign again. But I'd rather get a photo op here or there, or swap it out with something else.
Yeah.
Maybe even they had like VIP experiences where you had meet and greets. We had some as gold members, some events we could go to, but that's 1,000 people almost. So having the 20 or 30 person meet and greet that cost $150, I'll trade an autograph for that. I've already got the autograph.
Well, you already know
there's some options.
The meet and greets. You just tell people it's not happening, and then you go to it anyways. 30 people and the headliner.
That worked out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So on Netflix, it goes up to season 9. Mm-hmm. So season 10 is the only one missing.
And I have that one.
Yeah, that's the one I need. And then season 11 is the one about to start, right?
Yeah, October.
Yeah, I need 10 before October. Oh, this is going to be a busy month. I got StarCraft to play. Oh, wow.
StarCraft to play.
I installed the Swarm. Apparently, after I did my hard drive, I didn't put it on, so I'm going to play it up a little bit.
My computer still doesn't boot, so I'm building a new one.
Oh. Yeah, so I've seen some part tracker links come across.
PC part picker.
Yeah.
For many weeks now, or like 2 weeks at least.
2 weeks.
Yeah, the
I'm
chat
now
room, like all y'all
researching,
having computer problems. I won't open
searching
Hangouts on my computer right now.
NVIDIA.
Actually, I found, I can't remember the name of it, but I think I found the service that was causing it. Like, this service was randomly shutting itself off, and I set it to restart automatically, and so far, so good. But having said that, I will go home tonight. It'll be dead.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I can put a new hard drive, and I think mine will work.
Aim it at your face. Aim the mic at your face.
Can you hear me now?
Not at all.
Aim it like it's your face.
I can put a new hard drive in, and it'll work.
Aim it where you need to. That's the thing.
But will it? I mean, have you tried? Because
I haven't had a chance.
Because the problem that you're having doesn't seem like it's a hard drive issue.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't. It really depends on what I try to do. If I try to use the hard drive, it seems like a hard drive issue. If I try to use the USB disk, it seems like it's a motherboard issue. So
you should just take it to Chris and have him look at it for you.
No, because he'll take it to some shop and be like, "I didn't power cycle.
That was me
I'm
making
take
fun
it
of
to Geek
Chris.
Squad."
What happened with Chris?
Oh, he took his shop to he took his computer to a shop to have it.
No.
Yeah,
he wanted to.
He didn't do it,
and then Trevor and Robert berated him, telling him like the 6 things to try that were basic that Geek Squad could figure out, and it fixed it.
Nice.
So yeah, but I know you listen, Chris. Quit being lazy. You sit in a chair to fix a computer.
Just because you can't IFFT it.
Still Geek Squad? Really?
No, he has a guy. There's like a liquor store / computer repair place.
Yeah, in the
you got to remember he lives in the swamps.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's like on the level with my auto part / comic book store that I used to go to.
And if you have
I like those.
6
I like
cats-
combinations. Combinations are fun. It's very convenient.
As long as they're the right combinations.
Yeah. Well, it would have helped me as an adult because,
fix your car while you read comics.
Yeah, I do the majority of my auto maintenance. I can go there, buy comics, and get parts. It's a good reminder for your man. It's like, yes, I do need new brake pads. Thank you.
I really should get some windshield wiper fluid. It's been 3 months.
That upsell rant would be very interesting.
While we're still close, though, if you're having overheating issues in a computer and you have 9 cats, what's your problem?
Fur balls.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just saying.
I think you should just shave all the cats and see if the problem goes away.
Yeah. Or like Mikey with his cat Beast Lord back in the day, who would just camp in random cases.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
While they were on?
Yes.
Put the damn side on the case, son.
Ain't got time for that.
As soon as it boots up and is active, working for a day, the side goes on to remove or stop the amount of dust that goes in.
See, you said working for a day.
I'm with
That's
you.
why mine's still off.
Yeah, you don't put it all back together until it works. Yeah. But once it works and you're confident that it's been working, put the door back on.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's going to break.
Yeah, I'm right there with you because I'm already looking at one of the uses for the 3D printer I'm about to buy. I'm already taking measurements and designing them in CAD, filters for every opening in my case.
Nice.
So that'll be one of the first things that gets done.
Nice.
Because I hate dust.
Mine came with filters.
Mine does. I bought a small cheap case because I wanted to downsize. And it's got a very open front, a very ventilated front.
I can pay the same price I'm paying for the case to get the surgical grade filters on it. It's that popular, apparently.
Congratulations.
Not going to do it. Like, not buying filters that are more expensive.
You ended up with an Antec 900, right? Is that your case?
Is it black?
Yeah. I don't even know why we're having this conversation now.
I have USBs on the top.
Okay, like
just like 90% of all of the cases now.
There's a fan on the side.
Okay, is it on both sides?
Yes.
Okay,
and top. And it's a bottom.
Back. It has a light to indicate power.
That's the power supply's bottom mount.
Right. Yeah. Has a filter underneath it.
Yes.
Okay. When you open it up, you got the
side load internal drives.
Yeah,
internal
side
loads
loads for your
2.5
for your hard drives.
Yeah. No, mine load normal.
This would be the most thrilling game of Guess Who if we only had a board with pictures of various cases.
It is an Antec case. I know that much.
I think
either Antec or Thermal Take, but I'm fairly certain I went Antec.
I'm pretty sure you went Antec.
I'm looking at Corsair.
Yeah, because we bought her on the same time.
Yeah, I think you went.
Yeah, I'm thinking Corsair possibly for my next one.
Yeah, there's the requirements I have is power supply on the bottom, side load hard drive, USB 3 only. If there's a USB 2 on it, I'm not buying that case. Fuck you. And like 6 fan slots.
So I guess you're not going for quiet.
Well, no, I want the upgraded one for the liquid cooling.
I think we have 6.
Yeah, most of them do because they have the double one for liquid cooling.
1, 2, 3.
I want to be able to upgrade it for the liquids.
Yeah, we have 6.
We have 6.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna get a modular power supply.
100%.
Yeah, he's going 100% this time.
Full modular. That way, if it breaks, you just take it out and put a new one in and plug them in. It's so easy.
So yeah, I was actually looking at some of the water cooling solutions after going over to Matt's house.
$80.
Yeah, like Derek's case is the size of a child. Well, it's actually the size of like 3 children put together.
Hold on, American children?
Which are the most?
Because when you get 3 American children side by side, that's called the back seat.
Which children are the most square?
Ooh,
square?
Which Samoan?
Like nerdy?
No. I mean like which the most right angles.
The right angles.
I would have to go Samoan. Well, I mean, most fat kids are round.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't see squares.
So we got to pick the country that has like the most right angles in their children, and that would be the most accurate measurements.
No, I would go Swedish. They're pretty broad,
Yeah, it's got to be the shoulders.
Kind of skinny. So yeah, like 3 Swedish children.
Okay.
About the size of that.
So Olga and
Helga.
That just makes me really not ever want to eat
Helga.
Yoplait.
And Ulf.
This made you want to do what?
Exactly. Never eat Yoplait. I hate
never eat Yoplait.
Yeah. As much as you hate Norm Macdonald, I hate having to listen to a commercial in Swedish or whatever.
So, how do you feel about Ricola? Ricola.
It's one word and it's in a really long pipe.
I want to know that at some point you're going to go to the grocery store and walk by the cooler with a Yoplait and be like, "You got square children," and walk away.
And I hate your aunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go back and watch some Brian Fellows clips. I love Tracy Morgan Saturday Night Live.
I skipped a lot of years of Saturday Night Live.
I skipped, a lot of Saturday Night Live.
Once Chris Farley died, I was pretty much over it.
No, I mean there's a few things.
Anymore.
There was a few things after that where
but
like
these
Justin Timberlake
for
Dick in a Box.
pretty much
Yeah, but that's not the episode. You just want to watch that on YouTube.
Yeah.
The last 20
I actually
years, the
watched
internet
the
has decided
episode,
what's
though.
worth watching.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to sit through the 2 hours of the episode. The internet just goes, here's the 5
Here's the
minutes
good
that
part.
matters.
Yeah.
Here's Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball.
Wow.
Have y'all seen Anne Hathaway on a wrecking ball?
No.
So the
lip sync.
the lip sync show that Malcolm guy does, or no, LL Cool J. He does a lip syncing show for celebrities where they go back and forth.
Okay.
And I think it was Anne Hathaway versus Emily Blunt.
That could have been a fun cat fight.
And they were talking shit the entire time. And then Anne Hathaway's over in like the dark area just insulting her at the spotlight.
Pause for Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get.
Can you just record it so we can press a button?
I'm gonna gain.
I mean, can they see his face?
Shush. Edward, action.
Yeah.
So she's pretty much singing into Emily Blunt's face, and there's just a spotlight on her. And then you see her just run off into the darkness, and then bright lights, she's swinging on a wrecking ball, just flicking Emily off. She's like swinging, just doing this and singing. I'm like, she wins.
Nice.
She's my favorite. She wins.
Was she naked?
She tore off her pants.
We haven't made a movie at this podcast. I think that will make a good plot line. She sings into her face, and then rips her pants off and swings away into the darkness
on a wrecking ball, flipping people off. I think that's how that right there, and then fade to credits. That's how we end whatever movie we make.
Y'all looked up at me and said, "Save me," and I said, "Nope."
I watched Saved this last week because we talked about that. That's a damn good movie.
It's not bad.
Saved was pretty good. I actually liked the Culkin kid.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah,
well, he's my favorite character in that movie.
Oh, for sure. I came as a roller skater.
Wasn't he dating someone that was way above his level
in that movie?
No, in real life.
Oh yeah, he dated
Michael Jackson.
What the hell? No, Mila Kunis.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
And he was also married to Rachel Miner, who was in Supernatural.
Oh, that's right. She was. Yeah.
So
I was kind of hoping that they would just have like a string of the models that they had for Supernatural, because like every episode a female character was shot, like they had a hottie in there, like the one we talked about last week from the spinoff of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was the girlfriend for a couple episodes, but like I was like, I wonder if they're gonna have just these random
before she burnt
probably not
on the roof.
No, they didn't, but there were a number of questions about it, because that's one thing they talked about, how it was real rough going at the beginning. And it was like, if we didn't pay all the models to come on every and luckily they weren't paying for all that Led Zeppelin, because that's usually a lot of money. But yeah, it sounds like they're doing really good.
So they should do like a cosplay thing like all the other cons, but it's just those hot models coming through. Be like, take your pictures, and then you have
and again the wide gap in the fan base. You have model cosplay and 14-year-old girls.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, they would all like go eat lunch,
and then the Satan guy going, "Level up, girls. get your game right. You got 3 years to figure it out."
Would that be Crowley?
Yeah, Crowley guy. I didn't pay attention.
He's actually the king of hell.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the king of hell. So, whoever
I've seen him wear a crown though.
I don't know. I know there's pictures on Etsy with him wearing a crown. And there's pictures of him, looks like he's the Godfather, which I thought was great. He's like standing in flames. This is the Godfather, like the King of Hell.
Nice. I kind of want to see him, the King of Hell, but like Winterimus. You're the only one that's going to know what that is.
Wait, hon, did you say King of the Hill?
No, King of Hell, but with like the Winterimus scepter.
Oh, so he's not saying anus. Okay.
Winterimus. Winter.
It's like when it gets really cold.
Yeah.
Winterimus. Yes. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
The King of the Hill in my head is so much better.
I was like,
cocaine and accessories.
Damn it, Dean. Oh.
Talking about movies that I wanted to rewatch, because apparently there's a new Jobs movie coming out. I want to watch Pirates of the Silicon Valley.
I haven't seen the old Jobs movie.
The Kutcher Jobs.
Yeah.
The Kutcher filleting Steve Jobs and all his greatness, I guess.
Yeah. I did watch the old Hitman, though, the other day.
But before you go watch the Jobs movie, think about all of the horrible, horrible music that Apple has tried to sell you through their commercials and put that in perspective.
Well, no. See, what I was talking to
whole
another person about
MIDI.
it, right?
And that sucked. Yeah, and they tried to force you to hear U2. So yes.
Apple pissed me off the other day.
Who signed exclusively to John Mayer? Was that Apple?
I have no idea.
They signed and kept Mayer for every single event. I think it was.
Thank God.
Apple.
I mean,
can they sign Moby too?
I think they did.
Is that why I haven't heard that name in a while?
Probably.
He's just stuck in a room going,
he's in the Apple vault. Right. It's like, well, Jobs died. We don't really know who owns you right now.
Well, so apparently Wozniak said that this is probably the best portrayal of Jobs.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one that's coming out. So, and he had really positive things to say. So if Steve says it's good, I'm going to go with it.
Well, in the 90s, I actually liked Steve Jobs.
I didn't, man. The dude is a fraud. I mean, he is not an innovator or a genius.
The George Lucas of computers.
Yeah, but sometimes he wears like a turtleneck.
He was the best salesman.
Yeah.
and market.
I mean, that kind of goes with like his quotes. Most of his quotes are, "You hire people to do the innovation for you."
And a lot of the quotes,
George Lucas of computers.
We had an old manager that his last name rhymed with Jobs. Who
he was a great salesman.
He was a great salesman,
Yeah.
and he thought that
Like the non-union Greek equivalent, Yobs.
yeah.
Where is it?
You haven't figured it out yet?
I missed
No,
the
this
first
is
part.
They can see his face right now.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Say the first part again.
For those that are watching
We
the YouTube
had-
stream, Kyle's face is currently on color bars.
No,
The
'cause
broadcasting day is over.
I
Okay,
saw part of it.
We all had a manager.
Manager?
Last name rhymed with Steve Jobs.
Oh
his
yeah,
last
I know
name,
how you're
Okay,
talking about. Okay.
Who was also a good salesman
Well, I heard the first part but
and
I didn't
surrounded
hear
himself
that.
with people like us so he could look good.
I might make anything look good.
Where's the noise, Ed?
I was going to say
Bastard.
right.
I'm ready to boost you. Just let me know, man.
Yeah.
You can't yourself.
No, I'm trying to get him to
No.
repeat. Trying to get him to repeat.
You just yourself on the internet.
Stop
so
booming yourself.
That's oh god.
When this light is flashing, they can see
No,
you.
yourself.
Yeah.
That's, if we go any further with the PC, then it's gonna be. When was the last time you yourself?
I think you should write that down. Robot Voice should ask us that.
I think you have to do the air quotes.
Air quotes. I don't think I can make the robot voice make that sound though. The sound. I could
Type
spell it
9
out.
M's.
I would, but like every voice, every translation thing goes, it'd be like, make the sound.
What if you alternate caps? Would it get the?
It doesn't understand. It doesn't understand.
So you're gonna have to spell it out somehow.
What about bold? Does she understand bold or italics?
No, it doesn't make any difference.
Okay, what you could do is do space UM. Wait, what happened? You got it?
Do it again because I want to boost the go.
That's worse than Chiweedle.
When I got one change that I got to.
Why haven't we had this hooked up? Didn't yours? Can't you just- Sounds like
That's
Dominion.
close enough, right?
Right?
Oh, that needs to be a made-up space language in some sci-fi show. You stop it. Stop it.
There was only like 6 M's.
You lie a lot.
Oh yeah, 2 rows.
He's lying.
There's 2 rows.
2 rows of M's.
Rows are only this big. There's 12 M's.
If you make the letter smaller, it means there's fewer of them.
Right. Exactly.
I just typed in Gnail instead of Gmail. I was like, that could be a pretty good dating site. But apparently it's some
Dating site.
it's a Chinese website that looks like a beer label that says nail.
Yeah, that looks like that.
It's Beijing
like a
Gnail
Heineken
Heat
label.
Treatment Institute.
Oh, it's probably where
That could have been good.
You like drink?
But yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can get Gnail now.
Gmail.
Yeah,
I think E-Nail's already taken there. There's a little shop down the road that's E-Nail. I'm like, seriously?
That's like Elm Street. There's one in every other shopping center.
An E-Nail?
Probably, yeah.
I've only ever seen the one. Usually it's just nails.
That's every strip center that gets built, every shopping center, Mexican restaurant, Walgreens or CVS, nail salon.
Yeah, no. But this is called E-Nails. It's not just say nails. It's E-Nails.
Virtual nails.
It's like an email, but just a little bit off.
They actually started as like an email consulting company, and they were
Right.
like, crap. Well, let's learn.
We ordered the wrong sign, guys. Someone go to the Home Depot, get us some workers.
Get some.
And that's Third Coast Neal.
Yeah.
Direct all of your inquiries to him.
Yes, I'm available on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
With 0 posts.
Zero posts. I have
Come and
account,
get me.
and it's great because I'm sitting there figuring out how to post on like Instagram and Twitter from my phone or from my camera. And I was like, I have all the time in the world to figure this out.
You had your Supernatural Con. You could have filled your
know.
Instagram with 14-year-old girls.
Whoa.
Because that wouldn't get you on a list now.
No.
I don't think you can say that soon after gmail.com.
Gmail.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out all my social medias that I'm on.
Everything is wrong.
So I'm on
What,
Instagram.
3 less than your daughter?
Actually, I think I might be beating her now.
Oh, you're winning the...
Yeah, because I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, and our Hangouts are GroupMe, Google Plus, Facebook. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a Google Plus account.
What happened to your MySpace account?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it should still be up though.
Mine still exists. I got an email like a year ago.
Until you get the message like 2 decades from now that they're taking the servers down. It's like GeoCities. Like I have the GeoCities archive, and I found 4 of my websites there.
Nice.
Yeah, the
Word
thing.
Loud noises.
Loud noises. I hate it when mommy and daddy fight.
That's why we can't have nice things.
The training guide.
Oh, yeah.
That thing that I can't remember the name of right now.
The Bible?
The website. The web version's still there.
Oh, really?
Or
didn't they block us from being able to get to it at work?
Yeah, we couldn't get to it, but it was like, yeah, it still exists.
Not everyone could.
Right. Yeah.
I could get to anything.
This is true.
Yeah, they blocked HTTP. Then we realized it opened with HTTPS. It's like, yeah, just keep.
Well, then the best part was being able to access any website you wanted through the help files in like Netscape.
Yeah. There were many ways.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. The early 2000s were a great time.
I loved all the hidden messages that Robert and I put in there. It's like the revolution won't be televised, but it'll certainly be online. Like there were like so many like hidden phrases.
Yeah. John's at the office now. Saw him last few days.
I got a couple messages from him over the last couple of days. So congrats to John.
Yeah.
And you guys in the same
Captain
department?
Disaster?
Oh.
Wasn't it Captain Disaster?
Yeah.
Ponytail?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should remember him.
Yeah, I remember John.
He's good people.
The one I used to drive halfway across town to get Ingress loot and then distribute to everyone at work.
So wait, what's going on with him?
He's at my place of work now.
Oh, really?
He's joined the finance industry.
Really?
Is he in your group?
He is in my group for the next 14 days.
Oh, you decided?
Oh yeah, I'm actually the last person that is allowed to be hired on in our current department. So they've done a hiring freeze till the end of the fiscal year to process, all that kind of stuff the way most companies do. But since I was already in the offer stage, I'll get to move over on the 1st. So
Nice.
yep, should be fun.
Awesome. So that was some dead air there.
No, we're soaking in Neal's success.
Yeah.
It's a congratulatory silence.
Oh, okay. Let's
Give it a
moment of
second.
silence.
Right. Yeah. You ruined it. Now we got to start it over.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, ready?
So it should be fun. You're not even paying attention, Ed.
And this show's over.
But how does Neal's soupy success sound?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to sleep for a week. You make that so loud in the headset.
I am going to make your alarm clock make that sound in the morning.
Thank God the alarm clock doesn't have anything but the buzzer.
Morning wood never
Really?
felt so creepy.
You have a real alarm clock?
Oh, yeah. I have 2 of those, and then like
And 9 phones that try to wake you up. We just got to change one ringtone on one phone
this also,
to Ed.
This also vibrates.
Yeah,
Yeah, you still can't get up.
one of the
Oh, that's what he needs. Something that vibrates in the morning and me going, yeah.
So the vibrating alarm on the Fitbit's getting turned off. Looks like my sleep's not getting tracked for a while.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you sleep through anything. One of the giraffes we showed up to, I heard his clock from the street.
Yes. Yes.
Because I was looking around, I was like, who's got an alarm clock outside?
Or who's got the crappy alarm system that sounds like an alarm clock?
Yeah, I was kind of I was trying to identify the direction that it was coming from, and I walk in the house, I'm like,
Yeah. Found it.
what?
Someone's still asleep on draft day.
Yeah, my alarm clock gets one blah before it gets smashed.
Yeah, see, I turn mine off, and then I don't wake up. I get up, consciously look at it, and I'm like, that X looks better than that Y. The red means stop. Off. So I guess it's a Z for snooze.
No, I hit the snooze. I hit the snooze because if I turn it off, I probably will be late, right? So I set mine early, but then I'll hit snooze and be like, I need to hurry, and then my roommates get to hear it while I get ready because I'm in the other room.
You can't take the 6 seconds to come over and press the button.
Well, no, it's actually a slider on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my alarm clock's like 17 years old.
Nice.
So, keeps on living.
How much power does it consume?
I don't know. Probably not a lot.
Maybe. Those old things take more power.
The old things.
Yeah, them old things has got
They can run off a 9-volt.
with the vacuum tubes and the satellite dishes on it.
This thing I don't understand is like I have the old one that has the 9-volt, so I don't ever have to fix the time when there's a power outage or random thing.
Mine has a 9-volt too, but it always comes back on with the wrong time. It's always off by like 20 minutes.
But then my second alarm that has like the Bluetooths or blue teeth or what do you want to call it?
Rooster teeth.
The blue teeth. They got the blue teeth, and I can't like put a battery in that one to make it remember the time if it goes out.
If it's Bluetooth, why is it?
It's a Bluetooth that has alarm and then like radio. Like it's the full like.
So everything your phone can already do?
Yeah, except it's. I can put it across the room.
And your phone can't go across?
No, because when you're on call, you have to pick up that phone and be able to deal with it in your sleep.
Oh.
Did you see the alarm clock that launches
Yes.
a car or something? Like it launches a target, you have to shoot it to turn the alarm off?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or wasn't there one that like
There's one that rolls off and has
It's two
wheels
big
and it rolls
wheels.
away.
Yeah.
And then
I think you should have one that's got a bunch of razor blades coming out of it, except for where you press the button to turn it off. So, like, you're going to be, like, making sure you focus. Like, it's the most annoying sound, like the Dumb and Dumber sound.
It's the friggin' jigsaw song. Like,
Yeah.
I want to wake you up.
And the smart person's going to grab a freaking pencil and just do it. But I'd come in someone's room and steal all their pencils while they're sleeping and turn the volume up if you can without cutting yourself. But the focus requires none of the slapping. You're not going to be like, oh, I got it. No, you're going to be up. You're going to be standing there.
no.
You're going to be looking down to the little hole you have to. Yes.
not necessarily. They're going to wake up and be like, ah! Like,
Yeah, then you're awake.
They're going to try to stop the
Yeah,
blood.
then they're awake.
How many times are they going to do that?
Actually, how many times have you been cut by a
Whenever
razor
your
blade and it
coworker
was
comes
like-
to work with his hand bandage up, you're like, ha ha ha.
And you're welcome. Secret Santa loves you.
Then it goes one step further when we reach the future that Ex Machina has predicted. We all have like very human looking robots. They just carry around blades in the morning. Like, you want to wake up?
Nah.
You want to wake up? Because you
Saw
working-
blades on their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I'll opt into the one that shoots off the propeller. I have to get out of bed to go get it to turn my alarm off. That's safer. I
Yeah.
like that one.
You could see like the robot giving you crap. Like, because you waking up and going to work is what gets you money to pay for energy that keeps me going. So you want
I
to get
will
to bed.
do what I need to keep myself running. Self-preservation, Kyle. Self-preservation.
Because I just made.
I didn't
and-
snooze until it's like, I'm going to take your skin and go to work. All right. I'm up.
It's like, will mine grow back?
How can you say?
Because
you
Amazon
love me
Prime
without
just started giving
doing
accounts to robots, and I just got myself a couple of katanas.
Nice.
You want to wrap it up? It's good.
I think so. I think we're all right. Yeah. So yeah, it's over, and that's it. We were leaving them on a high.
Facebooks and Twitters.
Facebook's, Twitter's. You found it.
YouTubes.
You're listening to it now. You found it. Tell other
Listen.
people. More importantly,
Listen.
tell us what you think about it.
Ooh.
Or maybe not.
We always say Facebook and Twitter, but we don't tell them what to look for.
Third Coast Nerds. I think it's
Facebook.com, it's Third Coast Nerds. So Facebook.com/Third Coast Nerds. That's 3RD Coast Nerds. And if you search for Third Coast Nerds, or just type in that Earl, Third Coast Nerds, you can do. I'll give you the option on that one. You can do 3RD. You can do THIRD. Listen to your heart. You can find it either way, but you're listening to it. And you're either listening to it or you're watching it on YouTube.
Tell your friends.
So obviously, us telling you where to find it, it's kind of a moot point. Tell your friends.
Tell your family.
Drag other people over. You should have dragged at least 5 people over to listen to this entire show.
What else is on right now?
Nothing.
At least give us the 3 weeks until the fall season starts.
I was going to say, because I think Supernatural is going to be on Thursdays.
Well, and
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
the cool thing about that is you don't even have to DVRs. You can watch us after that.
Yeah.
Or listen.
Can I DVR being here on Thursdays since that's when Supernatural's going to come on?
No, we can watch it while we cast.
No, if the audio gets on YouTube, they'll shut us down.
Captions. Got to read the whole thing.
We can push that. Maybe we can. We'll give it a shot. We'll make it a separate video, and if we can take it down, oh well, we found out. We found out the limit.
Right?
There we go.
But I guess until next time, folks.
Until next week.